Um, so we're on. Hello, guys. It's good to see you again. Travis Bryant here, representing Touch KC. Check us out on touchkc.com. If you have, if you need help, right? We have 8 different platforms from premarital counseling to tutoring to mentoring to parent education. We're just here to try to fulfill interpersonal needs, especially within our own communities, where the thought of interpersonal health is almost non-existent. Right? So we're really trying to push that. We believe this is really the core of building healthy communities. It starts with families and it starts with individuals learning how to deal with each other. So we do that in a variety of ways. Check us out again at touchkc.com. We'll love to hear from you. Or you can send us a message here on this Facebook page. We'll get back to you. So I was thinking about what to talk about today. And I love this topic of relationships and relationship building. I think it's one of the most important things we can talk about because human beings are the most precious resource on the planet. Outside of oxygen, right? Human beings. And so we got to learn how to deal with each other in a manner that's conducive to our own paths also. Right? So what I want to talk about today, I'm going to be doing a 4-video series on empowerment, right? Because we got to talk about that. We got to talk about empowerment. But before I give you all the stuff that's really fluffy and sugary, we had to deal with the truth about empowerment. One of the key things, key qualities of an empowered individual is they take full responsibility for their decisions. I'm going to tell you something that's not popular. You're not going to like it. I understand. I love you though. You are exactly what you do. I know it's sad. There's something inside of you, right, that probably is jumping at this idea, wants to attack it. No, I'm not what I do, but you are. Right? The first step to empowerment is taking full responsibility for your decisions. That's important because if you're always in the position of victim, it is never your fault. If it's never your fault, then you can't apply solutions. You can't apply solutions, you're not growing. You are what you decide. I'm working with a young lady right now, and she was in a bad situation, and the situation really scarred her. And one of the phrases she used. I'm very anti-cliche, very just to throw that out there. But one of the phrases she used was, "I lost myself. I lost myself. I wasn't myself." Now she pays me to be honest, right? Because that's the only way we can move forward. And so I was honest with her. I looked at her. I was like, "Dear, you didn't lose yourself. You just didn't like yourself." She said, "What do you mean? What do you mean?" I said, "Okay. If you lost yourself while you're making these bad decisions that contributed to this bad relationship, if you weren't yourself, if you lost yourself, where was the real you when the other you was making all these decisions? You didn't lose yourself. You just look back in hindsight and realize you didn't like yourself. But you got to embrace that person because that's you. It doesn't have to stay you, but that's you. For any stimuli, any situation, there are a million responses. Let's say I come, let's use this example. You come into your house and I'm sitting there. You don't know me from Adam, sipping tea. There are a million responses, a million ways to respond. Whatever one you choose, that came out of you. So let's say you hit me inside the head with a bottle. That came from you. But you shouldn't have been in my house. That's true. That was my decision. And however you decided to handle it, that came from you. Every bad relationship, you contributed to that. You decided that. Every situation, either you were aware that the situation was bad, or the situation was going south, or it wasn't healthy, and you stayed in it, that's on you. That does not mean, and I'm talking to my folks who go through verbal and physical abuse. If a person balls up their fist and hits you in the face, that's their decision. But it's also your decision if you decide to stick around. And you got to evaluate within yourself and say, why is this seen to be a legit decision for me when I hate it? The first step to empowerment, you have to get out of this idea of victim. It's very rarely that you're actually a victim. It's very rare, right? Because there are situations where someone can force you to do something, right? You think about, the child that's raped. The child's 5. The perpetrator is 35. There are situations where there is a victimization that takes place, and I'm not belittling that, but that's a very small percentage of the victimization we take upon ourselves. We want other people to be responsible for our decisions. Therefore, we don't have to deal with our own ugly. You got to embrace your ugly, man. We all got it. We all got it. So the first step to empowerment, I can't say this enough. The first step to empowerment is that you have to take full responsibility for your decisions. Otherwise, you're no good for you or any of your relationships. You are exactly what you do. Good news. You don't have to stay there. And we'll talk more about that next video. This video went much longer than I planned on. But again, like, comment, and I'll be seeing you soon. Take care.